Hello, everybody. Today we had quite a unique Dework PBL session. It was almost 6 weeks later from the last session we had, and thought we took a little break, and then also the Panama event happened in the middle. Our content is pretty completed, so we're just now trying to get people to to go through this course content itself and provide feedback. So today's session was planned to be going through the feedback and then thinking about what are the next things we do for this course, and plan a bit of next meetings, and then wanted to discuss Dework domain costs. However, this discussion we didn't really get into because the first 30 minutes actually was alone in this call. But then I still used my time quite well and started going through the responses and checking if has there been any updates. And there was one new response from weezie. So I analyzed that. We had from the previous session like the idea, how do we recognize the value and what is the appropriate reward for feedback to kind of keep it also rewarded, and then kind of keep this feedback loop in the doing and assessing in motion. So I tried to recognize few values, and the way I basically like what was useful here. One action to create and include an asset. So he was actually not able to do the session because you need to have a role in Discord first before you can use Dework, and that requires manual edit. Right now there isn't like a way they can manually and automatically assign them themselves. We would need to change the Discord a little, and also like a new lesson to include that section. So right now, the idea is to create a new lesson where we basically have to ask from, I guess, somebody in Dework to get that access. So there is like a lesson to make a Discord account, and you should lead them into the Dework PBL channel and then make a message there and then wait. And if that's done, then they can basically continue. It's a slightly maybe not convenient, but this is right now where I think the quickest fix to that. So also I granted him the Dework PBL role because he was the first one to kind of notify that he's doing it. And the course at least tries to do it on own. Then he also talked about adding videos, which was technically a reminder of a decision that was already done. So but also prompted like the idea we should maybe ask again the video work group and somebody who wants to make these videos, and we could reward them. We could include them also in the next proposal or something that if we do one. So we haven't really finished that part. We just knew that's out of scope and that wasn't really that clear. Selection of lesson of, so when he also suggested videos, he also selected very specific lessons where that will have the most impact. So that was analysis of the feedback, and then Boaz joined this call. So I kind of went over again what this work group is about and what I did today to the session, kind of catch him also up to speed, and also described like one idea I just had before he joined about how do we reward this. So I did recognize the value. However, so to me, like all of these 4 things are one value. So I thought okay, $5 per value added is nice. It's like 30 minutes of writing something, and he was able to actually bring up quite many of them. So that would technically make it $20, but like too much perhaps for and not scalable. So including like a personal limit of $10, I think that's quite fine compared to like a general default $10 per hour rate, and then kind of pushes into people to try to provide feedback in 1 hour. If it takes you more than just you're not getting financially compensated, but you're still improving the system, or you could pace yourself out in like 1 month iterations. and not try to be perfectly detailed at the first iterations. But also still figuring out that, but if it does scale to like more than 10 people, then having like this kind of limiting factor that we only distribute $100 per month for feedbacks. Right now, I don't think we're gonna run into it's like average one person per month. So of course, it's just started, but still, like I think it's takes a bit of scale to get it into 100 or like 10 people per month. And yeah, so that's basically it. So if it would reach to like 20 people, then everybody who gets max reward would be like $5 then, if assuming everybody would have. Then yeah, also in the call we then finished up with discussing, okay, what should we do for the next session if we should have it, and should we include Andamio Team coordination meeting. So I'm still trying to get the call with Andamio Team because we have these technical issues and we want to move on domain and have like a clear action plan with them. It would be a good one to have. And then the idea is just we keep the session open for the next meeting. Or in the calendar, I mean. And then also that we do have a next session in 2 weeks time, and we start at the normal time, but we only have like a 30-minute session. So it's a check-in Q&A session and just to make people interested to see what's happening and if you want to plan a new iteration. Yeah, so that was the session. We do have one action item that would ambassador program be okay to be serviced by Governance Guild for maintaining the Dework PBL Andamio site. And that would be like $20 per month to provide that service. Or like an alternative is that we create like special domain name just for Dework PBL or ambassador program itself, somehow related to have that lesson there, or we keep using the beta. So we have this website instance Dework and we just keep it at that until we really need a website or our own domain. So yeah, that's a decision to be considered. I don't know if you can do it asynchronously or something, or if we just bring it to the next session where more people perhaps are in there. And then yeah, at the end of session, of course, one more new person joined, never seen Dework before, but just learned about it and went over again about the work group and what we do in this session and what was the current status. And then hopefully we have a new student to try the course out. So that was today. And looks like we see you in 2 weeks and maybe somewhere in the middle if we get the coordination with them. Thanks for watching. See you out there.